Hi, this is Lane8492. This is the second of two true crime story videos I'm doing today. Just like my first one, is also in Alabama. This is the case of Alabama death row inmate Anthony Todd Boyd. Anthony Todd Boyd is also set for execution by nitrogen hypoxia, just like the first one I mentioned, Jeffrey Todd West. However, this one will be on October 23rd of this year. And of course, as I mentioned, Jeffrey Todd West is on September 25th. Anthony Todd West and several others were convicted in the brutal murder of Gregory Huguley in Talladega County, Alabama. Apparently, as it turned out, Gregory Huguley had owed Anthony Todd Boyd over $200 for cocaine that he had bought from Boyd and hadn't paid any of it. So that outraged Anthony Todd Boyd and several others like Robert to end up going after Anthony Huguley. And they're in Munford in Talladega County, Alabama. Anthony Todd Boyd and several others abducted Gregory Huguley, and there they would they abducted Gregory Huguley at gunpoint, and there they ended up murdering Gregory Huguley, doused him with gasoline, and set his body on fire, being that, as I previously mentioned, that Gregory Huguley had reportedly owed the men $200 for drugs, which according to them, he hadn't paid, which sadly can be linked to a lot of crimes in this country. Like I said, Anthony Todd Boyd didn't act alone. There were three others who acted in this heinous crime. And as a result, in Talladega County, Anthony Todd Boyd was tried and convicted of the murder and was sentenced to death. And he is one of those many 50 who have chosen to be executed by nitrogen hypoxia in Alabama. So far, there have been 6 executions by nitrogen hypoxia in 2 states, Alabama and Louisiana. First 3 were last year, all in Alabama, of Kenneth Eugene Smith, Alan Eugene Miller, and Carrie Dale Grayson. And 3 this year, 2 in Alabama of Demetrius Terrence Frazier and Gregory Hunt. And also 1 was carried out this year in Louisiana of Jesse Dean Hoffman Jr. And of course, I did a previous true crime video on him months ago. Of course, his execution was carried out in March. And after Jeffrey Todd West and Anthony Todd Boyd are executed by nitrogen hypoxia, that will mean 8 executions by this new method. And of course, Arkansas has now adopted the method nitrogen hypoxia along with Mississippi, but they haven't used it. And as I previously mentioned, only 2 states have carried out executions by nitrogen hypoxia, which were Alabama and Louisiana. And of course, there'll probably be many more. There's no telling who will get set for execution. Of course, they've only carried out 1 execution by lethal injection in Alabama this year. And from what I read in Louisiana, they've requested execution dates for Daryl James Robinson, Robert Craig Miller, David Henry Bowie, Larry Roy Jr., Marcus Dante Green, and Tracy Lee is what they're trying to request execution dates for, which will be my nitrogen hypoxia at the state penitentiary in Angola, Louisiana. Of course, executions in Alabama take place at the William C. Holman Correctional Facility in Atmore, which is northwest of Mobile, Alabama. Well, hope you enjoy this video and let me know what you think. Thanks.